My question is for the Minister for Corrections. Minister, the United Workers' Union represents corrections officers and has a 100% membership rate, many of whom came and visited us yesterday to watch your government in action. You did not consult with them regarding your proposal to change legislation to contract out to private corrections officers. They have written to you asking for a meeting and to see the legislation. They have not received a response. Your complete dismissal of the union that represents every single corrections officer demonstrates that you and your government are simply using their safety as an excuse to privatise our prisons. Minister, will you respond to the United Workers' Union, listen to their concerns and take on board their feedback in creating your corrections amendment?
Minister for Corrections.
Thank you. Member for Nightcliff, I'm not sure where you're getting your information from, but unfortunately I have to inform you that you're incorrect. Member for Nightcliff, the Commissioner for Corrections met with the union and unfortunately, for reasons I'm not sure understanding why, they walked out. The information was there for a briefing and the Commissioner was going to brief the union, and I think within the first 5 to 10 minutes the union terminated that briefing and walked out. So there has been some offers in relation to this, and also, Madam Speaker, we are going to meet with the union because the union are important because we value the staff. We know that the previous Labor government over the last 8 years, Madam Speaker, completely neglected the prison system. And we know that the infrastructure is non-existent.
Take your seat, Minister. What's your point of order, Leader of Government Business?
The Leader of the Opposition thinks that this is an opportunity to jump in and distract. I'm trying to hear the answer, Madam Speaker, but all I'm hearing is the Opposition Leader.
Look, there's been a fair amount of chitter-chatter from both sides, but if people could remain silent and give the Minister the opportunity to answer this very important question. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It's just a shame that the union weren't so vocal when the Labor were in power. We know, as I was touching on, how the Labor government failed the prison system. They failed to build infrastructure, they failed to build the staff, and yet it seems to be that when the CLP come in with a clear mandate to keep the community safe, the union now pipe their head up. We understand that the union are
Point of order, member for Nightcliff.
Yeah, 110. I'm not asking about Labor and I'm not asking about the Commissioner. Thanks for your concern about where I get my information from, but unlike you, I actually speak to unions. I am asking, will you respond to them and will you meet with them?
Can you just hold there? You do not use a point of order to give a lecture or pass on new information. If you've got a point of order, make it clear or sit down. Now, what's your point of order?
My point of order was 110 relevance. I don't care about Labor. I just want to answer to the question. Will you respond to the United Workers' Union letter and meet with them?
He's got plenty of time, Minister.
Great.
Answer the question. Thank you.
So, Madam Speaker, yes, we will respond to the union, but I just want to really make it very clear, Madam Speaker, that we are not privatising the prison system. What we are doing is we're making a more flexible workforce. We know under the Labor government they failed to make the workforce, and there's been cries from the union for many months now that they're overworked and understaffed because the Labor government failed to plan. They failed to plan for community safety. And Madam Speaker, the legislation is not very complicated. And in fact, what we're talking about is doing what the police have done for many years, doing what happens interstate for many years. We're just giving the Commissioner some powers to have special corrections officers who are qualified and trained and are experienced to do the job. These aren't just going to be little Johnnies down the street. These are going to be professional people who do it interstate, who do it for a living because they got reputations. This is about making sure that the workforce is reinforced.
Take your seat, Minister. Member for Daly.
110 relevance. I will just note there was two parts to the question. One was being I respond to the letter, and the other being will he meet with the unions. There's still 10 seconds for the Minister to answer that question.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Look, we will respond to the unions. This is an operational matter. We are going to make sure that the union know what's going on. We've offered everyone in this chamber a briefing, and we want to do the job that Labor failed to do.